In a small town called Maplewood, there lived an inventor named Benny. Benny was a quirky man with wild hair and big glasses that slipped down his nose as he worked. He loved to create things that no one had ever thought of before. His workshop was filled with strange gadgets, colorful drawings, and piles of different materials. Benny had a few close friends who supported him. There was Lucy, a kind-hearted girl who always cheered him on, and Max, Benny's childhood friend who was practical and often grounded Benny's dreams. Together, they made an unusual trio. Benny spent his days dreaming up crazy ideas. "What if we could fly with wings like a bird?" he would say, flapping his arms excitedly. His friends would laugh, but they listened to him with love. Or what if we could talk to animals? Sometimes, when Max would tease him about his ideas, Benny would pout. "You just wait, Max," he'd say. "One day, one of my ideas will change the world." One sunny afternoon, Benny had a fantastic idea. He called Lucy and Max to his workshop. "I know how we can clean the oceans," he exclaimed, his eyes sparkling with excitement. He led them to a table covered with sketches and notes. "It's a machine that can gather plastic from the sea," Benny explained. "It will sail on its own and collect all the trash." Lucy clapped her hands. "That's amazing, Benny. We should make it." Max raised his eyebrow. "Are you sure it will work? It sounds too complicated." "With a little help, I know we can do it," Benny replied confidently. For weeks, the trio worked tirelessly. They gathered materials from all over town, using old boat parts, plastic bottles, and whatever else they could find. Some nights, they stayed up late, fueled by pizza and determination. Benny often sketched out new ideas to improve the design, and the project slowly took shape. Finally, after months of hard work, they finished a machine, which they named Ocean Saver. It had bright blue sails and a big net on its side for collecting trash. Benny stood proudly beside it, a wide grin on his face. It's time to show the world. They decided to launch their invention at the annual Maplewood Fair. The fair was a big event, and people from nearby towns came to see the fun rides, delicious food stalls, and unique contests. Benny hoped they would be excited about his invention. On the day of the fair, they set up a booth near the park's pond. Many people gathered around, curious about what Benny had created. Some were excited, but others sneered at the machine. "Look at that silly thing," one man said loudly. "A toy won't clean the ocean." Benny felt a lump in his throat. "It's not just a toy," he said softly. "It's going to help the planet." As the fair continued, Benny demonstrated how Ocean Saver worked. He launched the machine into the pond, and it glided smoothly across the water. Slowly, it opened its net and began to gather bits of plastic floating on the surface. At first, people were still skeptical, but as they watched, they started to see the machine collecting trash. Benny's heart raced with hope. Maybe they would believe in him after all. Then suddenly, something unexpected happened. A group of children rushed over, laughing and cheering. They clapped their hands and shouted, "Look, it's working." Their excitement brought others closer to see the magic happen. Benny felt a smile spread across his face. He turned to Lucy and Max, who were also beaming with pride. "Maybe this can really change things," Lucy said, eyes sparkling. But then, just as the crowd began to warm up to the invention, disaster struck. A big storm rolled in out of nowhere, dark clouds covering the sky. The wind picked up, and rain started to pour. Benny's heart sank as he saw Ocean Saver being tossed around in the water. "Oh no!" Benny shouted. "We need to save it." Max jumped into the water without hesitation and grabbed hold of the machine. Benny and Lucy followed closely behind, helping Max bring Ocean Saver back to shore. They all worked together. Laughter mixed with shouts as they navigated the wind and rain. Once they pulled the machine out of the water, Benny's heart felt heavy. The beautiful invention was damaged and barely working. The crowd had started to thin out, disappointment filling the air. But just when things seemed bleak, a few people from the crowd approached. They were all local fishermen, intrigued by what they had witnessed. "We saw what it can do," one old fisherman said, shaking Benny's hand. "It might seem small, but it has a big idea. We would like to help you fix it." Benny's heart swelled with gratitude. "Really? You would do that?" he asked, blinking back tears. The fisherman nodded, and soon the word spread. The community came together to brainstorm, sharing their knowledge and skills. They helped Benny and his friends fix Ocean Saver and even improve it. As weeks went by, the machine got ready for another launch. This time, more people believed in Benny's invention. They organized a new launch event, and the atmosphere was electric with excitement. Finally, the day arrived. Benny, Lucy, and Max watched as Ocean Saver set sail once again. The townsfolk cheered as the machine glided through the water, collecting plastic happily. People were taking pictures, excited to support something that could clean their oceans. Slowly but surely, Benny's invention gained recognition. Other towns began to see the importance of cleaning the oceans. Soon, Benny's crazy idea turned into a movement. People everywhere began to create their own ocean savers, and the world changed in time. Years later, Benny stood on a stage at an environmental conference, sharing his story. It was the moment he had always dreamed of. He thanked everyone who supported him, especially Lucy and Max, who never gave up on him. "You see," Benny spoke to the audience with a smile, "sometimes crazy ideas can change the world, especially when you believe in them and in each other." The crowd erupted in applause, and Benny knew he had made a difference. From that day on, he continued to dream, creating even more inventions, reminding everyone that no idea is too crazy if you believe in it with all your heart.